Here's something most gardeners never think about. The moment you pull your last tomato off the vine and call the season done, your soil has already started working against you. Fungal spores are settling in, nutrients are locked up and unavailable, and the ground that fed your plants all season is quietly becoming less and less capable of doing it again next year. But today we're stopping that cycle completely, with two simple, natural treatments that cost almost nothing and take less than an hour to prepare. Stay with me because the second one is just as important as the first. Please take a moment to subscribe to our channel so you can be notified when we have new videos. Thanks. Now let's get straight into it. Every year after harvest, most gardeners focus on what's above the soil, clearing out dead plants, pulling up roots, tidying the beds. And that part is fine. But what's happening underneath is the real story. When your tomatoes, peppers, or cucumbers finish their season, they don't leave behind clean, neutral soil. Plant residue breaks down slowly, and within it, fungal and bacterial infections linger. The nutrients your crops fed on all season are depleted, and the soil's natural structure starts to weaken. This is exactly the window where most gardeners do nothing, and that inaction is what keeps harvests average year after year. So today, we're fixing that. 2 treatments, natural ingredients, and your soil heads into spring in the best shape it's ever been. And make sure you stay until the end, because the second treatment works best when combined with the first, depending on just how worn out your soil really is. Let's start with the first treatment. You'll need a 10-litre bucket of clean water. Rainwater is ideal if you have it. Add 3 cups of wood ash from any type of wood. Now here's where most people go wrong with ash. They throw it straight onto the soil, water it in, and wait for results that never quite arrive. The reason is simple. Raw ash holds its nutrients in inactive forms. Calcium carbonate, which makes up a large part of ash, does not dissolve in plain water. And it's not alone. Potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, zinc, sulfur, and silicon are all in there too, but completely locked away from your plants. The fix is vinegar. Add 500 milliliters of 9% vinegar to the ash before adding your water. Watch it bubble. That reaction is converting calcium carbonate into calcium acetate, a fully soluble form that roots can actually absorb. Now fill the bucket with 10 liters of clean water and let the whole mixture sit for a full 24 hours so the reaction completes. Skim off any floating charcoal residue before using it. Quick note, some people ask about using citric acid instead. It doesn't work nearly as well because it forms poorly soluble compounds. Stick with vinegar or lactic acid, and you'll get the full benefit every time. Now to that same bucket, add 1 heaped tablespoon of turmeric powder. This is where the solution becomes more than just a fertilizer. Turmeric contains natural compounds that fight fungal, bacterial, and viral infections already sitting in your soil. On top of that, it repels pests, flea beetles, leaf-eating insects, the kind that show up uninvited and damage your fruits before you even notice. Think of it as a 2-in-1. You're feeding the soil and protecting it at the same time. And with the calcium now fully available from the ash and vinegar reaction, your plants next season will build stronger roots, healthier tissue, and fruits that don't suffer from problems like blossom end rot. If your soil is noticeably worn out, heavy, compacted, slow to respond, add 1 full cup of humates to the same bucket. Potassium humate, ammonium humate, or biohumus all work well here. Humates are remarkable. They improve overall soil fertility, help plants absorb everything you've just added far more efficiently, and speed up the natural breakdown of organic matter already in the ground. Think of them as the bridge between your soil and every nutrient you're putting into it. They make the whole system work faster and smarter. If your soil is in decent shape, this step is optional. If it's struggling, don't skip it. Now for the second treatment, and this one targets something slightly different. Most fungal spores and pest eggs live in the top layer of soil. If we don't deal with that surface layer first, everything else we add is going into contaminated ground. Mix equal parts mustard powder and tobacco dust, a straight 1-to-1 ratio. Sprinkle this blend evenly across the soil surface before you do any digging or turning. Mustard naturally suppresses fungal disease and discourages insects from settling in. Tobacco dust is one of the most effective natural pest repellents available. It works against flea beetles, caterpillars, slugs, and a range of other insects that feed on leaves and fruits. Together, they disinfect the upper soil without any synthetic chemicals and without leaving anything behind that could harm next season's plants. This combination has been used successfully for over 10 years, both in autumn after harvest and again in spring before planting. The order you apply these in matters. First, sprinkle the mustard and tobacco dust mixture evenly across the entire soil surface. Then, water the soil with your prepared concentrate. Dilute 1 cup of the solution into 10 liters of clean water. Water the soil once, let it dry out fully, then water again with the same dilution. 2 rounds ensure the minerals and protective compounds penetrate deep into the soil rather than sitting near the surface where they can wash away. And don't worry about the quantity. This is more economical than it looks. 1 batch of concentrate covers a surprisingly large area, and a full greenhouse can be treated with just a few watering cans.